I have in the studio Moremi Ojudu. Moremi, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank
it's
you.
Nice to have you this afternoon.
Same
and first, to begin with, you started a movement called YouthNext, and then you were encouraging young persons to go into position of leadership to join politics. Somehow, some persons are saying it is better to take the structure from inside. Some are saying no, we should start from outside, create our own structure, and disrupt the existing. From your own experience in Ekiti State, what is your assessment of the level of involvement in youth or their preparedness to enter politics from 2019 onwards?
First of all, let me begin by saying that my own, the reason why I decided to go into politics or why I decided to just study my father was because I needed to understand the political space. Because I feel that we youths just clamor and say, let's get involved. But we really do not know the nitty-gritty of the political work that we have to do. Most of us do not even have the experience. We don't even know what it involves. And I remember during our work at YouthNext, I was working so hard trying to see how we could get a number of us together to vie into politics. But then again, I noticed that there was a space, there was a missing link somewhere where, we just don't even understand how the political environment in Nigeria works. And it's so much. It's a huge thing that a lot of youths are, away from. So I decided to go into politics. I decided to just join my father in his campaign. And I must tell you today that I feel better. I feel renewed. I feel like, yes, I'm armed with a level of experience. I won't say all of the experience, but a level of experience. And as you said, there are two different analyses. Should we get into the structure or should we disrupt the structure? Whichever way works. But you also have to look at the present situation of the country. You have to look at what is going on in the country at the moment. Do you think, for me as a person, I would suggest that a number of us, if we're able to organize ourselves as youths, that's the unfortunate thing also in our generation. We don't have a level of organization, a level of organizational structure that brings us together where we're able to link and network. But I feel that a number of us should, join the structure, identify young minds that are in the structure, connect with them. While a number of us are also doing disruptive politics outside, at the end of the day, there will be a situation, there will be a point we get to that.
The efforts we meet.
We meet and will be needed to steer this country forward.
Do you not see this approach, sabotaging those that are working to disrupt the system from outside? Because at the end of the day, each time young persons go in, their biggest admission and ambition, if they go into existing structure, is to be PA to somebody like a godfather, or waiting to be anointed by a godfather, or just wanting to be in the queue, like they say. And how do you take structure from inside? Is it possible?
Let me come in here. Let me use my own personal experience. Okay. I don't think most youths, their biggest ambition is to be paid. Well, I know there are a few youths, but most youths that go and join those structures is because they want to learn. They want to see how it's being done. For me personally, I recall when we're going through the campaigns, going to different villages, different towns and everything, I felt within me, I was like, wow, I would love to mention a young presidential aspirant that really inspires me. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention names. But while I was on that...
No, we are talking about young people here. So mention names. Okay. There's Fela Dotwe, there's okay. Mogalu, there's Sowore. Right, okay. There are so many people.
Okay, fine. While I was on the tour, I was able to connect and understand what it means, grassroots politics. Because I've been in Lagos, I really do not know how grassroots politics is. And you know that the moment you pass...
Mention that name.
Hold on, I'll come there. Okay. And the moment you pass Ibafo, it's a different place entirely. Lagos is like a different city. I feel people in Lagos were disillusioned from the reality of people that live in the villages. And they're the ones that vote. So while I was on the tour, I was so happy because I was like, wow, at the end of the day, if Yele Sowore is running for president, it's not going to be the president of Lagos alone. It's going to be the president of a villager at Okemesi.
Oh, if Sowore is the person you want to mention, Sowore has been to Akure, he has been to Kano, he has been to Ibadan.
No. Okay. But despite that, Sowore cannot be everywhere. He still needs a number of us who will be foot soldiers for him in this place.
And I think people are already rising,
Yeah, so I feel that because I really like him. He inspires me a lot. I like his antecedents. I like everything about him. In terms, though there are some things that I feel he should do right and everything. But if people like you and I are on board, if we're able to understand some things better, we can be able to impute it on his campaign train and say, oh, bros, this is the best mobilization process we should do now. And for me, it was a very good experience because while we were going to those villages, I was able to pick up contacts, I was able to pick people up, I was able to understand what grassroots mobilization and politics entails. So I feel if I'm harmed with this experience, someone like Oyole Sowore, it will be very useful for his campaign. It will be useful for us in everything we are doing. So that comes that structure because we still need it. I needed it. I needed that, you know. Now I know that I can actually tell you, I can say that in Ekiti State, I have a network of youths in the 16 local governments of Ekiti State. I can boastfully tell you that. So if Oyole Sowore is coming down to Ekiti State, I can say, yes, bros, go here, go there. These are people that will vote. Maybe by name, I have facts, figures, and digits that would help him. So that's why I come from with, we need to also get into the structure. I couldn't have been harmed with these figures and facts if I was not in the structure. I would have just been out there and saying,
So you have a database now.
I have a database.
You are an asset, Moremi. from your moving around, Moremi.
Yeah.
You met with youths.
Yeah.
You met with youths across all the local government areas in the states. And then you can categorically tell at least that if you want to rate it, say over 10, this is the extent to which youths are ready. Say from Ekiti State, for instance. This is their level of preparedness in Ekiti State, from what I saw.
Ready for what? Ready to take over?
Ready to go into politics, to be active politically.
That question, no. Ekiti youths are not ready. In fact, there's a total disconnection because of abject poverty. You know, an average Ekiti youth is thinking of how to survive. How do I even live? How do I even take care of my daily bread? How do I even take care of my personal immediate needs? So for you to now start saying, how does an Ekiti, you know, it's not even thinking about that. And that's where the ambition of most youth who go into politics comes from. They go into that, you know, space because they are thinking of, oh, let me just own BPA. Though we have a number of people who have actually risen, who have a means of income, who are doing well. But that percentage of youth is about 30%. But the generality of Ekiti youths are hungry, and it's unfortunate. In fact, there's a big, you know, I went to Ekiti thinking, oh, everybody in Lagos, you know, the youths in Lagos are like Ekiti. They are different though.
The moment to pass it.
Do you understand? So you know, that's why I tell you that people like us have to also go into the structure, because a Oyole cannot go there and be expecting them to listen to him.
But they listen.
You think they do?
Oh yeah, I think they do. Because
but don't you think he gives them rights at the end of the program?
Sure.
No, hold on. I'm not trying to.
It doesn't work.
No, but trust me, there are some places that you go to. Maybe he went to the town in Akure. I don't think he went to real villages. When I went
what I think is that a lot of these people you are also mentioning that they have needs that is beyond food, and they know that if the food they are expecting to eat is just that once in 4 years, if they hear that it is possible to eat every day and not just once in 4 years, they will be willing to.
You've not seen hunger that blinds you completely. You've not had immediate need.
They have always had, even in the north, it's different now.
See, my brother.
Their marginaries are now talking about makaranta. They want to go to school. It's no longer about food anymore.
They masterminded by the political class because they want to control your mind. So that's why I always encourage you, and that's what our work at YouthNext is. We have to go down to the nitty-gritty of the work. But while we're also doing that, you also have to try and, you know, attend to the immediate needs of these people. Because just like Jesus Christ, when he was preaching to the Lord, he had to give them food before they could listen to him. So that's one of the issues, and that's one of the things we do at YouthNext, to try and see how we can get down to the level and also try to penetrate their mind.
Interesting. But there's something you said I want to quickly ask if you clarify that. You said at some point delegates were demanding for up to 1 million naira.
They were not demanding, they were being given.
They were being given.
The delegates won't demand for money.
Oh, of course.
You
if I hear that.
The delegates.
If a delegate.
And they are called, no, not delegates, they are delegates.
If one, they are delicate.
Very delicate.
No, if a delicate person has just been given 1 million naira, another delicate person learns of it, of course they will demand his own. You cannot give somebody more than my own. So that means they demand or they request, right? At the end of the day.
No,
Now, but this is where I'm going. If this is what plays out, and young persons who are also desirous of taking the structure like you were advocating, do you think it's still possible? Because not every young person that comes into government that wants to lead altruistically, like you want to come into and lead without having attachment for, financial gratification. How would you raise money to entice this? That means you can't take over from inside, So what approach would you prefer for young persons going to take the structure from inside, but who do not have the financial muscle to buy delegates?
My brother, any young person that wishes to aspire to politics or to political positions, you have to be rich. You will be frustrated out of this day if you don't have money.
So that means you can.
Reality.
So that means you cannot take the structure.
No,
you have to go and build.
Take the structure from inside. There are ways. There are systems.
Do you have idea what ways?
I don't want to use a particular word.
Well, just to narrow this to young persons coming into position of leadership, we're looking at 2019 as a critical time in political history of Nigeria, that if young persons do not come in now, it will be too late. And then what is YouthNext doing to ensure that young persons begin to take rightful place? 2019 looks far, but it's near already. This is 2018, it's already midway.
Well, YouthNext is what we're trying to do at the moment is to create an organizational network of young people around the country. Because for me, I founded YouthNext and I realized that we're all in different places, we don't know, there's no network connecting us. So YouthNext is like an umbrella body that brings people from party A, party B, ideology A, ideology B, but who all have the vision of pushing this country forward, who all have the vision of, okay, yes, I think I'm young and I think I have the know-how to change my society in my own little way. So basically what we at YouthNext is first of all, we're trying to create that network. And also we have lots of programs for this year. We're trying to see how we can all come together as people, as a body. We have lots of presidential aspirants. We have lots of people who are aspiring. We're trying to see how we can support ourselves financially, in terms of knowledge, in terms of different resources, because lots are needed. So basically, we're trying to see how we can all, merge and support each other. Because one of the issues that youths have is trust. We lack trust amongst ourselves. We don't believe in each other. And also, we also do not have confidence. That's another thing. We really lack confidence. Some of us, we feel that we want to do it, but we are scared. We don't know what. So all these things are what we're going to try and put together at YouthNext. We've done lots of research. Being low has just been trying to understand, do our research and our background work and everything. And at the end of the day, we're going to try and see how we can get young aspirants together. Do you understand? To merge and say, okay, we have lots of people who are running for House of Assembly, try to support links. This is what we have. For me, I've gone to Ekiti State. I can tell whoever is aspiring in Ekiti State that this is the person you should talk to this woman leader, blah, blah, blah. So it's just about having a support system. And that's what we're trying to do. And we have lots to do, which I would not really want to review on air for now.
Well, that's a wrap for now. I'll continue to bring in the studio as updates,
no problem,
as seen in your activities. And this is Moremi Ojudu in the studio with us. And we're talking about the prospect of young persons coming into power, taking positions of leadership, 2019 and going forward. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes, if you one last thing,
Okay, to the young aspirant out there, I know you can be so wary at the moment because I know you can, have lots of things dampening you. You're trying to survive, you're trying to face a family, build a career and everything. But don't give up. Each day counts in politics. Take that step now and do not look back. You have to build that strength. People will try to tell you to stop. People will tell you, do masheo. But sometimes you also have to ask your inner self, am I ready for this? And take it on. With God on your side, trust me, you're going to go with. So let's also endeavor to trust ourselves, work together as a network, as a people, and I believe very soon, sooner than we know it, our country will get there as a country.
I trust we'll get there if we continue to work. And it's a wrap now. You can share this video with your friends, hit the subscribe button so that you get notification when we have further talks about youth involvement in politics. And then we wish you the very best at YouthNext.
Thank you.
And I will come your way again. Until then, keep talking about things that matter. My name is Shegun Olo. It's a wrap now.